We're recording.
5.
Jack, where's your beer?
I'm drinking water.
It's February.
Dude, it's February. What are you doing? Start drinking more.
Listen,
It's dry January, not dry February.
Oh my god!
Well, I
did ruining the podcast.
I did drink on Sunday, but
Okay.
I don't have any beer in that.
Try this on for size, huh? We've got ourselves a sponsor!
Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, wherever the hell you're listening to this. You're listening to Nerds Talking Sports, the sports pod with dad bods. This is your host, Jack Knife, alongside my other hosts, Zach Daniels and Tommy Joe. How we doing, guys?
Fantastic.
Yeah, doing pretty good. I think I have the Clash on. There's just cars spinning out. I can't really tell what's going on. I can't really hear it. But it was raining. Actually, it was sleeting. So, yeah, hopefully we get some armchairs about that soon. But, yeah, pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, for me, Artemi Panarin got traded, and the Rangers got fleeced in the deal, and the Jets hired Frank Reich as their OC, and the Patriots are about to go to the Super Bowl. But I got this for those watching on video. I got this cool new green screen behind me.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? That's your background, dude. That's your wall. Didn't you paint that?
Yeah, I totally painted this. I have the frieze from Yankee Stadium, the ceiling of Madison Square Garden, not including anything from that awful air conditioner that is MetLife Stadium. So yeah, that's basically the summary of the background. But anyway, how's your week been, Tom?
My weekend was too short. Had some friends over Sunday. It was a good time. Monday was nice. Tuesday was somber, but here we are. It's Wednesday. It's a good day.
All right, good. Zach?
Dude, I'm just stoked to be here, man. Just stoked to be here. That's all I can say because I think we got big news coming, and hopefully there's more in the future.
That's right. As you saw our cold open, we do in fact have a sponsor. This episode of Nerds Talking Sports is sponsored by Recoil Garage, your local diesel, fleet, and performance specialist right here in Howell, New Jersey. Recoil Garage handles everything from everyday repairs to high-performance builds. With over 15 years of mechanic experience, we've got the skills to keep you moving. With extensive experience and a background in diesel fleet service, Recoil Garage delivers quality you can trust. Comprehensive vehicle services such as motorcycle and power sports service, automotive repair, performance upgrades and custom builds, diesel diagnostics and repairs, marine and boat repair work, and fleet maintenance programs. Whether it's your weekend toy or your daily driver, we treat every vehicle like our own. Support the brand. Recoil Garage merch is available too. T-shirts, hoodies, and sticker packs straight from the online store. Visit recoilgarage.com. That's recoilgarage.com to book your service today. Our first ad read, gentlemen. Got to get used to reading that.
Yeah, dude. I gotta say, you're crushing it.
I mean, clearly I stuttered at one point. Like that's just the brain, not processing. Like my mouth. See, it's happening again.
Yeah, exactly.
Guys. It's happening again, guys.
Exactly.
But
That's
seriously,
exactly what's happening.
Thank you so much to Recoil Garage for sponsoring this episode. We look forward to the partnership. We even have the graphic for those watching on the video podcast. And before we get into the topics of tonight's episode, you guys any quick things you want to say about, things you're interested? Like I could talk about Panarin. Like Tom, there could be anything you want to talk about with NASCAR or Zach. I know the Phillies are going to start soon.
A little early for me. The NASCAR thing's still going on, so.
Yeah,
I mean, so far the Clash has been pretty entertaining. What I was able to catch, I literally got home from work, put the TV on, and saw the green flag go for the LCQ. So that was a good race, good battle at the end. Looks like they are racing again. It looks like it's Briscoe, Gibbs, Byron, Hocevar, Zilich, your top five.
Wow.
Yeah, they're running on the rain tires, so
makes sense.
Yeah, so, I don't have much going on really. Like, I know Phillies are starting soon, but dude, the Super Bowl's coming, and this is, so like, everyone's got demons. Now, I don't have a demon, but I like me a little sports betting every once in a while. And I mean, like, I mean, like, responsibly. I don't do what a lot of these DGens do. It's a couple bucks here and there to potentially win like a couple hundred. Okay, listen, it ain't. I'm throwing literally like $5 down, and praying that it goes for like 200. Okay, but the Super Bowl is different, and I can't wait. I already got Super Bowl boxes from work. I was wondering if you guys want to do Super Bowl boxes this weekend. But
Sure.
that involves money.
down.
So I mean, it's
I'm
up to
down.
everyone. Like $5, like $5.
I'm down.
$5.
Yeah.
So yeah, no. Once the Super Bowl's over, though, it's that no betting. So that's how I roll. And then maybe baseball. Maybe baseball when I go to a game.
Daytona.
Oh yeah.
Don't even.
Daytona.
Because that's the thing with sports betting too, is they give you these odds for racers especially, and you're like, wow, $10 wins a couple hundred, but it's like they could crash out in the first lap,
Especially at a super speedway like Daytona.
yeah. So like whatever the odds are, it really should be astronomically higher. Like,
Oh,
so
absolutely.
it's just robbery at that point.
Yeah. But anyway, do you guys want me to let you know what happened with the whole Panarin deal, or do you guys want to absolve yourselves of, the hot take I had last week that we kind of got that I got ratioed for?
Before we get into that, actually, Jack, if you want to give a quick little synopsis of the Panarin deal, go ahead. Because after that, before we get into this next segment, there's something I have to address.
Okay. Well, Artemi Panarin was traded today to the Los Angeles Kings for what many people are calling the Kings' best prospect, Liam Greentree, and 2 conditional late-round picks. And he signed the 2-year extension on a very team-friendly deal, which makes no sense, because we heard from the very beginning, like, of this whole saga, that he wanted a big deal because he took a team-friendly deal with the Rangers when he signed here. But that is what it is. I'm kind of underwhelmed with the trade. The numbers on Greentree look impressive, but the Rangers have this reputation of not being able to develop prospects. That being said, Artemi Panarin, he was a fantastic New York Ranger. He was probably the best free agent signing they've ever had. I'm wearing his jersey for this episode, in honor of him. He was a great Ranger. I'm sad to see him go, but it had to be done. But I will say this. People call for Drury's head. I've said it multiple times. I feel like you could go to the underwhelming return and put that on him. You put it out there, you're not re-signing him. And Panarin had all the leverage, and so did the teams that were interested in him. And Panarin said he only wanted to go to LA. So I kind of put this on Drury for like a slightly is putting it lightly, a pretty underwhelming return. Because I could talk about the whole Brock Nelson trade package last year that the Islanders got. Brock Nelson's a good player, nowhere near as good as Panarin, but still, I'm just going on and on. The tank is on for this year. The Rangers could potentially could be in the running for Gavin McKenna, who's like supposed to be this phenom coming out of the draft, and just got arrested for aggravated assault after like breaking a guy's jaw who was insulting his mother at Penn State this past weekend. And I'm looking at Tom's face as I said that, and it's like, yes, Tom, that actually happened.
No one could see our faces during that because it was just on you. The limelight was on you, Jack.
Oh,
that's right. So we'll see if, listen, it's this draft, it's either McKenna or Stenberg. Like, McKenna was the general overall consensus number 1 overall, but Stenberg's been slowly closing that gap, and let's see what this does to McKenna's stock. But anyway, I'm never good at just wrapping that up quick. But anyway, Tom, Zach, time to absolve yourselves from the association.
All right, so I need to clear the air here for a moment for Zach and I'm gonna put the spotlight on us over here. That's not working. I'm going right back here because I didn't edit that. So last week we decided to upload some new reels. Take some clips, make some reels. Get the podcast out there. And I thought it was a funny clip. We all thought it was a funny clip of Jack losing his shit over Tom Brady. However, I think it gave our potential audience the wrong idea after receiving tons of hate comments. And by the way, I don't wish this on anybody, I just want you to know that Zach and I are not Jets fans. I've never been more offended in my life. And I'm sure Zach feels the same way.
Zach likes the other team in green that's named after something that flies, and fans spell the team name in a chant.
Well,
Wrong.
I'm okay with the Jets because I have another New York team that I hate, but and also I like the little guy, the underdog, the team that hasn't won shit in many, many years, and they have not won shit in quite some time. And even when they were winning shit, it didn't amount to anything. And then the butt fumble happened, and Mark Sanchez stabs an old guy and goes to jail before
I
he's
forgot about that.
Yeah, everyone forgot about
What
that.
happened with that?
I don't know.
I think
know.
we
He
need to follow
lost
up on
his
that.
job. He just lost his job, and he was supposed to call a game the next day. But anyway, I do like the Jets. I pay attention a decent amount, but yeah, no, I like saying the couple words that trigger Jack the most. Tom Brady's the GOAT.
Listen, I already said what I said on it last week, but I will say this. I heard a caller from WFAN this week. I forget who he was talking to, and I don't want to know because like the guy said some pretty stupid stuff about like the Rangers Islanders rivalry. I'll save that for another time. And the guy, listen, as much as I don't think Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback of all time, I admit, like, yeah, he's in the top 5, definitely. I heard this caller say that Bill Belichick was a terrible coach and that Rex Ryan was better than him.
I gotta say this.
So listen, anyone who came at me in the comments are like, listen, I can at least say Tom Brady's one of the best to ever do it. Okay? Like, and here's another example I'll give. Derek Jeter's my favorite baseball player of all time. But if you were to tell me he was the greatest shortstop of all time, I'm going to be like, okay, dial it back, dude.
Right. Okay, so that's the next reel.
No.
hey, I need the haters to see this, Tom. Just kidding. I don't care what Patriots fans think of me. You know why I don't care? Because they're Patriots fans.
That's for you, Logan.
That's for you, Jake.
It's for you, Mike. And Boner.
All right, and just because it's in my mind and I'll forget to say it later, the Islanders swept the Rangers this year. Okay, fine. The guy on the radio said it was the most dominant sweep ever. Okay, the Rangers absolutely killed the Islanders in the 94 playoffs in a sweep to the point where the Islanders were so embarrassed that they did a reran that failed horribly. But anyway, done with that. But anyway, I brought up Bill Belichick that last sequence. And I think that's a perfect segue into the topic we want to discuss tonight.
Yes.
Who wants to start it? Do you want me to start it? Because here's
Zach, you're our biggest football fan. I say you start it.
All right. Well, here's the thing: this is actually going to cross over out of sports. This is going to be whoever we agree on. Okay, we're going to make a Mount Flushmore. What is a Mount Flushmore? Well, it's the shittiest coaches we can think of, because this weekend or last week, actually, it was during our recording last week, I believe. Bill Belichick did not make it into the NFL or the Football Hall of Fame. It was his first time on the ballot, and he got snubbed because there is no reason whatsoever, even with the controversies, that Bill Belichick should not be in the Hall of Fame. I'm sorry.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And listen, everyone who gave me crap for the Tom Brady take, what just happened to Bill Belichick, as well as Robert Kraft too, this was a travesty. I fully think this is a travesty.
I was even saying that this is a slap in the face to the integrity of the Hall of Fame. Like,
I
how
agree.
can you not have him be a first time? Like, if he's not a first time ballot, who is then?
I don't know. Like, he has 6 Super Bowls. As a head coach, not including the 2 he won with the Giants as Bill Parcells defensive coordinator. He was a defensive coordinator, if I remember correctly. And lo and behold, he was also the Jets head coach for like 5 minutes.
Right, yeah, for 5 minutes, or literally.
And then
For 5 minutes, they didn't suck.
So because he got snubbed, we decided, let's talk about the shittiest coaches, because these are guys that'll never make the Hall of Fame, and we don't have to question it. Very simply. But we're going to make a Mount Flushmore. These are the shittiest 4 coaches we can all 3 agree on. Now, I think we're all going to agree with the coaches that we name, but we're going to have to agree on one. All right, so we're going to have 3 each, and then one final one. This is really hard. I'm going to let you guys take the floor and
Okay.
start off because I have a couple in mind and I have to really rack my brain to think about it.
Okay. I'll go first. Me being the resident Jet fan here, I think two obviously come to mind. Three if you count Aaron and Glenn, but you know what? It was his first year. Maybe he could turn
Not
around.
fair.
I doubt it. But the first example is Rich Kotite. Rich Kotite started off with decent with as an Eagles head coach, 10-6 the first season, 11-5 the next season. Then he begins to peter off, and he gets fired. And
Jack, real quick, because it's Eagles related, he also had one of the worst late season meltdowns to miss the playoffs with the Eagles too. So that also happened, just letting you know.
All right. Yeah, and this is the first instance of this happening, because in my next example, it's going to be history repeating itself. The Eagles realized Kotite was bad and fired him. Who do you think saw him get fired after terrible coaching and was like, I want that guy coaching my team? The New York Jets. Let's look at Kotite's tenure as the New York Jets head coach. 1995, 3-13. 1994, the year I was... Actually, no, I'm dumb. 1996, 1-15. And then I forget if he was fired or he quit via press conference. But yeah, there was only one thing redeemable about Rich Kotite's tenure as Jets coach, and I'll get to that in a second. I think my dad said he would even go off to have smoke breaks during practices. But the one redeeming quality I can give Kotite is that he did give the Jets my favorite football player of all time, Wayne Corbett. I can't think of a redeeming quality for the next example I'm about to give. Jet fans, you know exactly who I'm about to talk about. Bug Eyes himself, Adam Gase. Starts off with the Dolphins, 10-6 season. Okay. And then it just gets worse. 6-10, 7-9. And then the Dolphins are like, this guy stinks. You're fired. And once again, the Jets are like, wow, this mediocre coach who just got fired, we need him. He goes 7-9 as the first year as Jets head coach. And this guy was supposed to be the quarterback whisperer. If I'm not mistaken, he got the job because Peyton Manning talked Chris Johnson into signing him. Okay, Peyton Manning's basically his own offensive coordinator. Okay, a nutless monkey could coach Peyton Manning into success. But 2019, that was the year Sam Darnold had mono and didn't really make. I mean, he had his flashes. And then 2020 was the disaster that it was. We didn't win a game till week 14 or 15. Yeah, week 15 against the Rams and went 2-14. So yeah, every Jet fan knew that those were going to be examples. My non-Jet example, Tom, I don't know if you would have this guy listed. Zach, I could picture you. This is definitely one of your guys. Josh McDaniels.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, because I'm looking at his coaching record. He's 8-8 his first year coaching in Denver. He came out of the gate real hot, and then it just collapsed. Then he went 3-9 with Denver, got fired. Then he got another chance again with the Raiders in 2022, 6-11, and then the next season he got fired after 8 games. And now he's about to go to the Super Bowl again with the Patriots as offensive coordinator because, of course, he's clearly a good right-hand man, but not the guy you want to be the man.
He can't leave New England. I don't think he can coach outside of it. I forgot he was the Raiders head coach, but then I just remembered the Raiders have been paying 4 or 5 different coaches over the past couple of years because they've been hiring, firing for a half a decade now. It's insane.
Absolutely. And wasn't there some type of scandal with him in Las Vegas, or is that just me spreading fake news?
You might be. You know what started this trend? It was John Gruden. There was something with emails and saying racist stuff or something. I don't remember, but was he there when the Antonio Brown stuff happened? I have no idea, but
No,
that was a wild ride too.
No, because he I don't think he was there because Antonio Brown then went to the Buccaneers.
Yep,
And
you're
then
right.
he had the
You're right.
meltdown at the Bucks Jets game, and of course the Jets would find a way to lose a game where like other team's top receiver has a flat out CTE meltdown.
Yeah. Well, he wasn't top receiver. There was Mike Evans.
That's true.
So, all right. So
Yeah,
who's
Tom
your,
Brady
so,
had a lot
so,
of weapons.
So yeah. Okay. So anyway, Jack, who is your choice?
I'm going with me being the Jet fan. I'm going Adam Gase because like there was nothing redeeming about Adam Gase. Like there's really nothing redeeming about Rich Kotite either. But I can say that Kotite gave us Wayne Corbett. You know, Wayne Corbett is one of the best Jets receivers of all time. I don't think he has his number officially retired, but it's unofficially retired. No one's wore 80s into him, and that guy laid his life out on the line every game, and you could tell by like seeing him like today. Hey,
Wayne Corbett was awesome, but
I love.
So Adam Gase is our first head on the Mount Flushmore. Tom,
I got two.
The floor is yours.
I got two. So
Okay.
I was looking up stats, and both people I did want to put on here who I'm not going to put on here. I'm just going to honorably mention them. Honorably mention their names. Frank Reich and Chuck Pagano. They both had winning records when they left, so I guess they weren't that bad. There's definitely a lot worse, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they were definitely bad towards the end of their tenure with the Colts. But first name I'm going to mention is Jeff Saturday. Now, I don't think it's fair to put him on the list because he wasn't a he wasn't a head coach, but he was a head coach.
Jack, let him talk.
I guess he got. I guess in a way he did what he was paid to do, is tank. They got the
much.
1 win, ended up being 1-7, and that ended up getting them Richardson, if I remember correctly, right?
I might have been. I would have to check the timeline on that, but yeah, I mean that was they picked Richardson very high, and that might have been the year when they were just stinking it up.
Yeah. However, the one I want to add to the list is I had to look him up because I didn't know who he was, but this season always stuck out of my head because it was kind of like when I first really started like getting into football. Rod Marinelli.
Rod Marinelli. I remember this name.
The 2008 Detroit Lions.
Fair. That's an
0-16.
absolutely fair. That is good job, Tom.
Thank you.
Good job, Tom.
I didn't know him. I had to look him up, but I'm like, hey, if you're the head of an 0-16 season, you gotta be on here. Because the previous season they were 7-9, and then got completely shut out the 2008 season. So that is my pick, Rod Marinelli.
Pretty simple pick. I think we are just going to go all football here, but I am going to give you. I actually think I can round this list out because I can get you guys on my side for the last one. Okay. The first one, pretty simple. My pick, recency bias. We could go back. You know, this is our show. We can do whatever the hell we want, whatever, and we can say whatever the hell we want.
This is
like my opinion on Tom Brady. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. I'm promised.
You really need to cut it out.
I thought he was going to say what's on the show.
I saw the opportunity and I took it.
So, recency bias tells me Urban Meyer was one of the most disastrous NFL head coaching hires I've ever seen. Because he was incredible in college, but apparently there was also a lot of rumors coming out that he was just an asshole. But the record doesn't lie. He was 187-32 in college, and that's across multiple universities. I mean, he went from, I think,
Florida, Ohio State.
He was at Utah. He was at Utah before Florida, and I'm reading Bowling Green as well. So he's been all over the place. He was at Ohio State for a long time and Florida for a long time, and he won multiple championships. Then he goes to the Jaguars in 2021 after he retired in 2018 because of health issues. 2021, he goes to the Jacksonville Jaguars. He's back in Florida. People are happy about it. Oh, yeah, Urban Meyer, let's go. Let's see how he does in the NFL. unmitigated disaster. Just all these stories coming out. First off, the team looked terrible, and they had just drafted Trevor Lawrence, the guy that was like the savior in college football. You know, he was Sunshine from Remember the Titans with the long hair. He was supposed to be a generational talent. He came out the gates, and you thought, no one knows what they're talking about. No one knows what they're talking about. And I mean, to be fair, to this day in 2025, Trevor Lawrence has not lived up to that hype, but I don't think anyone could. It was LeBron James, Bryce Harper type hype for him. It was unbelievable. But man, I mean, then the rumors come out after he gets fired after going 2-11 with the team that he kicked their kicker, Josh Lambo. He was caught out on the town after a loss.
Yep.
Grabbing ass with little girls or something, like not little girls. I'm sorry, not little girls. Sorry, Epstein files are still in the mind. He was talking up a bunch of young ladies in a dive bar, just out on the town after young adults, and not traveling with the team. I think it was an away game, and he was just out hanging out while his team flew back to Florida for a week of work is what they're doing. So just an absolute disaster. And Trevor Lawrence, thankfully for him, he's been up and down, but nothing will ever be that year. Nothing will ever be as bad as that year. It was just so disastrous. It was a terrible roster. So you can't blame him fully, but also he's like, you almost can, because they looked lifeless. I don't even know how they won 2 games. Honestly, I should go back and look at that. Now, who do we have now? We have Adam Gase. We have Rod Marinelli.
Yeah.
Great pull. Pull.
Urban Meyer.
And we're going to round this out because we're just doing the NFL, it seems. Let's round it out with the next one. Who else went 0-17?
Was it 0-17 or 0-16? I have them up right now.
I believe it was 0-16. Maybe it was
0-16. But yeah, I know exactly who you talk about. Hugh Jackson with the 4 head coaching seasons. Once with the Oakland Raiders going 500, okay? And then his tenure with the Cleveland Browns, 1-15, 0-16, 2-5-1 before getting fired.
All right, yeah, that has to be the worst the worst head coach of all time.
Yeah, easily. I don't even know, honestly, if you look at his record with the Browns, how did he have a job? Like, how did he have a job?
I mean, at the same time, it might not necessarily be entirely fair to him because the Browns were like browning, like probably long before he showed up. So, but still, 0-16, there's no recovering from that.
You know what we got out of that? Know who we got out of that? We did get Baker Mayfield, who ended up, I think he kind of advocated for Hugh Jackson to go and get fired during his rookie season in 2018. But he helped. He came into a game when Tyrod Taylor got hurt against the Jets.
Because of course.
Do you see where I'm going with this, Tom? And he came in and won that game I'm sorry, did they tie? I forget.
They beat the Jets.
No, I think they won. They won, and that was their first win in nearly 2 years. It was bananas. So, I don't know. I think at that point you have to be considered one of the worst. He was actually apparently, I think, a coach. No, I don't know. It was just the Raiders, right? Was he a coach for anyone else?
So I don't mean to interrupt, but I have a splash and go right here. Your top 10 in the class right now is the Terrorist, Hocevar, Briscoe, Suarez, Priest, SVG, Ty Gibbs, Byron, Zilich, Elliott, and Reddick. What the hell is going on?
That's insane. Wait, Terrorist Hocevar?
Yes, he's leading.
Oh my god.
They're going back green. Sorry, that was my splash and go.
Anyway, so that's our Mount Flushmore. Our Mount Flushmore of coaches in the Hall of Failure are Adam Gase, Rod Marinelli, Urban Meyer, and Hugh Jackson.
Yep. With honorable mentions.
That sounds like a pretty good list.
Yeah. With honorable mentions to Rich Kotite, Josh McDaniel,
Jeff Saturday.
Yeah. Like I think you do know, Tom. Like, it's kind of not necessarily fair to Saturday. Like he just went in there just to like kind of assess it for Irsay. I wanted the Jets to do something similar, but with Rex Ryan. All right, guys, that's our Mount Flushmore. Do we want to head into our Super Bowl predictions? Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Tom, you go first. I feel like you're the least football acumen.
Yes.
No offense, of course.
No.
It's
That's
more
fine.
of a,
I mean, look at you guys can't see my background, but I mean, I have my new armchairs logo here. Well, not new, just updated with NTS, and I have the race on. I'm wearing my Wicked Dale Earnhardt shirt, and I have my
hell yeah.
Kyle Larson shirt on, hat on. Of course, and it has nothing to do with Indianapolis, so of course I'm not going to be that keen on it. But it does have the Patriots, where Jack and I do share a little bit of a common ground. Not as strong as Jack, but a little bit of a common ground here. If the offense, I mean, this is going to sound like a really stupid take, but if the Patriots offense can make work of the Seahawks defense, I definitely think it's going to be a close game. I think the final score is going to be 21-17 Patriots. It's not what I want, but I think that's what's going to happen.
That's a pretty low scoring one too.
Mm-hmm. I don't think anyone's going to run away with it. I think it's going to be a pretty close game.
Yep, we say that now. I'll go next because Zach's the most football acclimated guy here. I'll save the most intelligent take for last. But
thank you.
Yeah, obviously I'm rooting for the Seahawks. I would love for Sam Darnold to win a Super Bowl. And listen, they have a shot. They have great They have Jackson Smith and Jigba, who's incredible. Cooper Kupp, who's like past his prime, but still gets it done. I forget the tight end's name. Zach, what's the name of their tight end again? He's a big target for them too. The Seahawks.
AJ Barner. He's decent. He's solid.
Yes, they got Kenneth Walker is also very good, and their defense is not quite the lead. I don't know. Are they the new Legion of Boom, Zach, or are they kind of their own thing?
They're definitely their own thing. What they are is just a stone. They're just a wall, is what they are. There's games where they just shut you down.
Yes, but ultimately, I think what it will come down to is coaching. I think the Patriots, they always have a great game plan. Vrabel was part of those early Belichick teams, and now he's a probably top 5 coach in the NFL if I'm lowballing it.
Okay.
And
I like that. I like that take. I like it a lot.
Drake May, people, I'm not going to say Tom Brady's name, but
you just said it.
No. Well, but here's the thing: people try to crap on he hasn't thrown for that many yards, blah blah blah. I was like, he doesn't have to. They have a great system around him, so he doesn't have to force the ball into stupid mistakes. And he had a rough go of it with the first, pretty much every game so far these playoffs. But I think they're gonna be ready to handle whatever the Seahawks throw at them. I going with the Patriots. Probably I'll go 24-20. Now, here's the thing. What's gonna outweigh the unstoppable force versus immovable object thing? One, I predicted the Patriots to win. So obviously that should mean they should lose because I predicted they should win. However, I'm going to be rooting hard against the Patriots because if they win, I'll be absolutely miserable. What are the football gods going to decide? Jack be wrong again like he usually is, or Jack needs to be miserable? I feel like it's going to lean toward Jack needs to be miserable. Tom, do you have it on your face right now? Because I'm looking at you on our feed, and you're like, what the?
Yes,
what the hell's going on?
SVG to the lead.
How many?
Wow.
How many laps left in that?
60.
Damn.
It's Bowman Gray,
Yep.
so that's quick.
Yeah, that could be 10 minutes. All right. So I'm apparently the most intelligent take here. So that's a high bar. That's a high bar to set for me, Jack. So
most football acclimated
not
guy.
that your bar is high. Our bars are low.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, I'll correct a couple things because I know it's tough to keep up with everything. But I did just bring this up real quick because you said he doesn't throw for a lot of yards, Jack. I think you may have mixed up what people are saying.
Yeah, I
People
definitely
were
mix up
giving him-
saying for not reaching a certain amount of yards per game, or like for one game, if I'm not
Yes.
mistaken. That's what I meant. That's what I meant.
So that's the part that I never understood because here's the deal. All right. I hate the Patriots. We all hate the Patriots. Everyone is tired of the Patriots.
And if you're a Patriots
only-
fan, you're wrong.
So it's only been 5 years since they were last in the playoffs, right? I think that's what it was. And it's just annoying that they're back and they have a good coach. I hate to say this, but they have a good coach. They have a good quarterback. They have a bunch of players that are solid. Their defense is back to being great. Why can't this organization die? Like, why? It's still like, even after Tom Brady left, they started kind of falling off. And that's why I put Brady over Belichick, even though I will admit Belichick is a solid coach. I still don't think he's actually one of the best. Sorry, I'm like the same as Jack with Tom Brady, okay? But he threw for 4,394 yards this year, 31 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. And people were giving him shit. Oh, by the way, 72% completion percentage. 72% is insane. It led the league this year, and it's not an easy bar to have. It just sucks that it's the New England Patriots. It just sucks. And their defense is awesome, and their special teams is great. And then on the other side, the Seahawks. Oh, it's the Super Bowl. Of course he's going to say this. They're also just as good across the board. Offense, some games this year with Darnold, we've seen same old Darnold. Same old Sam Darnold. But there's also been games where Sam Darnold looked like everything and more. Like that NFC Championship game, he threw for, I think it was 374 yards and 2 or 3 touchdowns or something. Jackson Smith-Njigba is unreal.
He's the best receiver in the NFL. If he's not, he's top 3.
He might be. He's after this year, if he continues this next year, I'll buy it because there's also Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase. You got to remember those two guys are still existent. Okay.
Yeah.
So the thing is that defense is fucking awesome. That defense is awesome. There's been games where they shut teams out completely. I really hope that the Seahawks are the more extreme on all fronts. I think the Patriots are a great, well-rounded team. All of them are very good. I believe when the Seahawks are at their best, they're beating anyone. They've proven that. I mean, I know the 49ers were injured to hell, but that game was over after the opening kickoff touchdown by Rashid Shaheed, who is slowly entering like Devin Hester territories of like dangerous on return game, punts and kicks.
Yeah.
I think what we're going to see, because it's the Super Bowl and because I believe in both divine intervention and also gambling influences, I believe we're going to have an awesome game. I believe we're going to have a very fun game, a lot of scoring, but also I think the defense is going to make some awesome plays as well. And I have this game. Hold on one second. I wrote it down.
Hey, Zach, did you write it down?
Yeah, I wrote it down. Seattle 33, New England 25.
Ooh.
That's my bet.
All right. I like that prediction. The only other point I wish I did make when I was talking, this is just something with the Patriots, like anytime like they're good or elite. And people like to crap on like the receiver cores the Patriots had, like even when, they were in their dynasty years, but I tend to push back on it because the Patriots, whenever they're good, no matter whether it's Belichick or Vrabel, they have great route runners. And, nothing's, the same can be said for this team. Stephon Diggs could run great routes. Brandon Cooks could run good routes because they're not exactly huge guys. Well, hold on.
Whoa.
Wait, how big is Stephon Diggs?
Wait, did you say Brandon Cooks?
Yeah. Isn't Brandon Cooks on the...
Bro, Brandon Cooks got killed in the Super Bowl between the Eagles in 2017 and hasn't been on the team since. He woke up he got put in a coma by Malcolm Jenkins.
Wait, I'm
edit
done.
that and put that in here. Edit that and put that clip in here.
Wait. And I am dumb because Brandon Cooks is on the Bills. Duh. I'm dumb. whatever.
I got you, Jack. Okay, so here's the
Yeah,
deal.
clearly I'm running. In my defense, I'm running on 4 hours of sleep.
It's okay. It's Kayshawn Booty, a young guy,
Yeah, Booty.
and Booty, and I think his name is Pop Douglas, Demario Douglas, I think his name is. Those three, and also by the way, he's got Hunter Henry, another solid tight end. I'm going to push back on you and say I think Tom Brady helped elevate all those guys, but you're not wrong. None of them were ever spectacular, but the one thing that they were always good at was route running.
Yes,
and that is very important in the NFL. You need to be able to find a way to get open. It's not just all speed and jumping and catching, as important as those are. It is about getting open, and those guys find a way, and it's schemed up well, and Drake May is smart, and he can also run the ball, and Hunter Henry is a safe option. He's been around for a long time. He's having a great season. I would pick him to get a touchdown in the Super Bowl, to be honest.
Yeah, like Stephon Diggs, 6 foot. Okay, that's not short. Demario Douglas is 5'8", so that's only an inch taller than I am. Who was the other receiver you listed there, Zach?
Kayshawn Booty.
Kayshawn Booty. 5'11". Okay, I mean,
so yes, not big guys, not big guys at all. They're just really good.
But they're kind of like copying like the blueprint of their dynasty years, because you got Hunter Henry with the big tight end you could throw to like Gronkowski. But anyway, that's enough on the Super Bowl. Let's go into your questions.
All right, what do you guys want first? Do you want story questions or the lone voicemail we have this week?
Let's do the questions first. Let's
right.
and again, guys, we're gonna tighten this bad boy up.
All right, first question.
This is a lot of questions. Sorry, Tom.
No, good. First question comes from Alex from Armchair Racers. Who is your pick to win the Clash tonight and Super Bowl?
Oh,
so
Tom, I'm gonna let you answer that.
Super Bowl we already went over. I got Patriots. Honestly, I mean, I'm biased now, but I was gonna say either Chase Briscoe or Kyle Larson or Chase Briscoe. You guys.
Max Verstappen. Max Verstappen. But I honestly have no prediction because I didn't know like what this field looked like going into today, so I can't give a prediction on that.
Yeah. All right, Zach.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna defer to you and say Chase Briscoe. But also he was picking up a lot last year. Like he had a great season. Mm-hmm. He had a really good season. So
he picked up late last year, but he picked up strong.
Yeah, he was really good. So
all right, next question.
Yes, next question.
Next question is another one by Big Sexy. For the second consecutive year in a row, Eli Manning is not expected to be inducted into the NFL Hall of Fame, despite only having a 500 career winning percentage in the regular season, along with 2 Super Bowl MVPs. Do you guys think he deserves to eventually get in? And if so, when do you think he will? I'll go first. Eventually he'll get in. Yeah. I mean, they're gonna have to. I mean, eventually they're gonna not run out, but he's gonna be in at some point. I mean, to defeat the Patriots in your only 2 Super Bowl appearances is, especially the Tom Brady Patriots, the Bill Belichick Tom Brady Patriots. That's pretty astounding, in my opinion.
Absolutely, and if I'm not mistaken, that 2011-12 playoffs, didn't he set the record for most passing yards in a playoff? Or am I wrong on that?
Who, Eli?
Yeah, I thought I saw a graphic like that. Zach, you might have to look that up.
I'll leave that one out in the ether because here's my take on it. As an Eagles fan, there's a little bias, but to be honest, this isn't a biased take. I promise you. I watched him play the Eagles plenty. I was never impressed. And actually, he has terrible numbers against the Eagles. He got his ass kicked all the time.
He's a horrible quarterback.
Yeah, well, not against the Eagles. He was a losing quarterback. And he got sacked a lot. So anyway, all that being said, I think he was always an average quarterback, and he won a decent amount of games. But man, those final 4 to 5 years after that last Super Bowl, the Giants entered hell. Literally, they still have not they've still have not risen above that. They have maybe 1 or 2, maybe 3 good years. But ever since that boat photo, man, they've been just in disarray, the whole organization. And him having a 500 record, a literal perfect, like what was it? I think it's like 142 and 142 wins and losses. It's like the Thanos meme is like everything in perfect balance. Like but the thing is, the truth of the matter is this.
117 and 117 is his record.
117. Sorry, I was thinking of some other number. One. So the thing is this: no one with 2 Super Bowl MVPs is not in the Hall of Fame. No, I don't even know if any quarterbacks with 2 Super Bowls is not in the Hall of Fame. I'm sorry, I did. I checked this the other day. Jim Plunkett is the only quarterback with 2 Super Bowl wins that is not in the Hall of Fame. Add on the fact that his last name is Manning, it's a shoo-in. But you know what? I'm very glad the voters are recognizing that Eli was not as good as everyone remembers and was arguably just Dak Prescott before Dak Prescott. He was just padding stats. He was padding stats for years.
Wait. Is it a Hall of Fame or a Hall of Skill?
It's the Hall of Fame.
It's the Hall of Fame.
And that's why he's going to be in it.
Yeah, I agree. He's definitely not first ballot Hall of Famer, but he definitely deserves to be there because the reasons you said: 2-time Super Bowl champion, 2-time Super Bowl MVP. He saved us from an undefeated Patriots team in 07-08. And I did Google this while you were talking, Zach. He does hold the most record for most passing yards in a single NFL postseason with 1,219 passing yards during the championship run, the second time they beat the Patriots. And second is Matthew Stafford with 1,188 in 2021.
All right, next question.
Yeah, next question.
We got to speed up a bit.
Yeah.
Next question comes from Justice, our good old pal Justice, who will be here for the Super Bowl party. Thoughts on the new Cowboys DC? I don't have an answer, so you two.
Oh, who was it?
I didn't even know they hired a new DC.
Cowboys
We're all doing the same thing.
I'll look it up. Yeah, real quick.
Aren't we such a good
Christian Parker?
Such a good podcast. Christian Parker. Ooh, this.
Oh, okay. I can answer this one. Yeah, so I'll take this one real quick.
Yeah, Zach. So
defensive passing game coordinator and secondary coach to lead the defense. At 34, he's the franchise youngest defensive coordinator. Wow, that's a very interesting hire. But then again, he's coming from the Vic Fangio system, and sadly, I just found out today Jeff Stoutland, the offensive line coach for the Eagles, is retiring. I want to die. Vic Fangio is also considering retirement. That fucking spaghetti American. So, do I think it's a good hire? On paper, it's not. It's a bold move. It's a bold move, but I don't know. Maybe it could lead to something. So no matter what, it can't be worse than Eberflus last year. The Cowboys defense was fucking terrible.
All right, next question. This one comes from Josh
Bloom.
So
there we go.
Which driver goes vroom fastest this year, or preseason NASCAR predictions?
I'm gonna say Kyle. I'm gonna say Chase Elliott.
All right, I'm gonna say Denny Hamlin drives insane. I bet he drives literally angry. Go.
Denny Hamlin is either going to be. This is either going to be an historic run. It's going to be for Denny Hamlin this year is going to be an historic run either way. Historically great, historically bad. There's no in between. He's going to be either he's going to be the next intimidator this year, or he's going to drive so soft that it's going to be sad like Kyle Busch. However, I think Hendrick looks pretty good. Trackhouse looks pretty stacked, and thinking Joe Gibbs might have something this year.
Nice. There we go.
Next question. I think this might be for Zach. Also from Josh. Who are you taking in the East? Pistons, Knicks, or the Field?
Ooh, Wait, in the East?
Yes. It's Pistons, Knicks, or the Field.
Oh man, I think if you're talking the East, Pistons.
Pistons?
I mean, like, I would say that the youngness of that team, the youth of that team, might not help in the playoffs. But I don't know. The Knicks are solid. The Knicks, damn, this is tough. I'm only picking Pistons because I hate the Knicks. How about that? That's really it. Because I think the Knicks have the more veteran team. So
I can't even passionately argue against that because I don't care. Though the Knicks are my favorite basketball team, I don't care enough about the sport to argue back. But the Knicks have been on somewhat of a downward spiral since winning the NBA Cup. They're slowly getting their shit back together, but
Pistons have looked great. The Pistons have looked great.
Okay, Kevin, to answer your question, it's because Zach doesn't have a green screen. All right, voicemail.
Fuck you, Kevin.
Voicemail. I'm not going to introduce it because he introduces himself. I think this is going to be a very good question. Everybody ready?
Ready.
Hey, nerds talking sports. Long-time listener, first-time caller. Andy Serb here. With the NFL season coming to a close, I want a quick synopsis, maybe a little summary of you guys' fantasy football season. How'd you guys feel you did? Injuries, upsets. Also, how did you let a scrub like Andy Serb beat all of you guys? Guy doesn't know ball if it hit him in the fucking face. I'm going to hang up and listen. Thank you.
That has to be the best voicemail we have received to date. Thank you, Andy.
Awesome. Keep it up, Andy. We love it. I wasn't in a league with you guys this year, I think. So maybe next year we'll do a nerds talking sports league. I did dog shit in every league.
You weren't in the league this year?
Zach, you were in the league this year.
Oh shit. That's why. Because I did dog shit. That's why.
You did dog shit in the first half, and then you'd play me, and I'd ball the fuck out. And you'd ball the fuck out a little bit more than I did.
You know, it was honestly, it's because the playoffs were so long ago. I forgot, but I'm sorry, Andy. Congrats on your. Did he win? Did Andy win?
Yes, he beat me. He beat me.
You
he
son
won.
of a bitch. You motherfucker. Good. Congrats to you. I'm gonna kick your shit in next year. So we'll have a whole. Maybe we'll just keep the same crew and then maybe add some more on. I mean, if you guys want to do a big league, that's where it gets really interesting.
Anyways, Jack, since Zach doesn't remember his fantasy from this year,
I'm so stupid. I'm so.
How was yours? How was yours, Jack?
Awful. I hate it. I'm like borderline ready to quit fantasy sports because like I have like this. Like I said before, we're talking about predictions and whatnot. If I root for someone in the NFL, they automatically become mediocre at best. Okay? Like, for example, Josh Allen was my quarterback this year. Okay? And he was mid. Okay? I think he literally sensed that by the way, it was a 2-person op, me and my wife. And my wife was like, take Josh Allen.
My wife.
Yeah. And he sensed that I was associated with it. And Josh Allen was like, no, Jack needs to be miserable because I hate him. Derrick Henry, I have him on my team this year. And he's like, Jack needs to be miserable. I'm just going to keep fumbling like the first few weeks. And, jeez, who else on my team screwed up? Oh, Kyle Pitts didn't get going until I was already out of the playoffs. Only one player was not affected by the Jack curse. And that was Jackson Smith and Jigba. But I have a feeling if it weren't for me, he probably would have broken flat out NFL records this year. That's how good he is.
Guys, Jack, just to pile on to you real quick. I did forget, and I brought up my squad, and I just remembered. You had Justin Herbert, and I had Mike Evans, and you needed a wide receiver, and I had a bad quarterback.
Oh, yeah, this.
I traded Mike Evans to you for Justin Herbert, and Mike Evans proceeds to have the only injury that took him out for half a season in his entire, 12-year career? Like, he missed like 8 or 9 games or something. He went down the next week, Tom. I got Justin Herbert off, and Justin Herbert also started going crazy. And Mike Evans has literally the record tied with Jerry Rice. I think it's tied for Jerry Rice for most consecutive 1,000-yard seasons. He's a slam dunk Hall of Famer. Never misses time for more than maybe 1 or 2 games, I guess. But he always hits 1,000 yards. Hurt for literally half the season this year. Unbelievable trade on my end. I won that one.
I had drafted CMC, and I remember everybody was like, what are you doing? Every week I was on pins and needles because every Thursday, CMC, unlikely going to play. And then you know what?
Questionable.
He plays, balls out.
Yep.
Also, another thing that everybody commented on, I picked pretty early, Brandon Aubrey. Everyone's like, a kicker so early? That guy got me more points than some of just than some wide receivers that I had.
Dude, kickers this year were so valuable. It was insane.
Mhm.
They were kicking. They changed the ball shape or something. I don't know. That was a weird word to say, but they changed the way the ball is. And like that dude from Jacksonville hit a record twice.
Yes.
It's insane.
And then I do remember Tim had Chase Brown, and for whatever reason, like a couple weeks before the playoffs, just drops him. And I'm like, oh, hey, look, it's Chase Brown. And I picked him up. And that ended up getting me into the playoffs, into the finals, where unfortunately I lost a bone. What was the score? Yeah, so I was like, I had 158, and I had who did I have on the bench? I had Watson on the bench, and I was like, oh man, I had Watson on the bench. I think I had 158, and I was playing bone, and I'm like, I'm gonna be so mad if I lose. I think in place of Watson, I had McMillan on the Carolina on
Carolina, yeah.
on Panthers. He got me 1.5.
Oh no.
But it
Yeah.
didn't matter in the end because Andy completely blew me out with getting 190. Like I stood no chance. I stood no chance. I do remember Justice getting really mad at the Colts.
Dude, he was doing great all year, and then he pooped his pants at the end.
He did.
I got 2 more points just to further the and football players that Jack roots for hate them point. Mike Evans probably like the moment after I trade him, like the next day, scheduled an appointment in some warehouse, paid some guy like $50,000, and was like, break my ankle. I forget what that injury was. 1. 2, to go back to CMC. Last year, I was in one paid league, and I was first pick overall. Guess I used the pick on
Derrick Henry.
Christian McCaffrey.
Oh, you did? Oh, last year. I'm sorry. Yeah.
last
lovely.
year, yeah.
Yeah, and Christian McCaffrey was like, Jack picked me. Guys, I don't want to play. I'm hurt.
I don't want to play with you anymore.
That's literally like that's why the Jets will never win. They literally know I'm rooting for them. And that's the Seahawks are going to lose because they know I'm rooting for them. I'm cursed. But anyway, I think that's should about do it for this week's episode.
To wrap up the questions, remember, go to our website at www.nts-podcast.com. And at the bottom right corner of the screen, you will see a microphone icon. Click on that, and you can leave us a voicemail, and you will have your voicemail heard on the episode. Alternatively, every day that we record, we will post a story on our Instagram and on our Facebook. Please reply to that with questions that you would want answered on the podcast. And I think I will lead the reins to Jack here to close us on out.
That I will. Once again, I want to thank Recoil Garage, Howell, New Jersey, for sponsoring this episode. Looking forward to keeping that partnership going for a long time. So if you made it this far, thank you very much for listening. Be sure to follow us on Facebook at Nerds Talking Sports, on Twitter and Instagram at N_T_S_podcast, and to subscribe to us on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts. This is Jackknife alongside D. Zach Daniels and Tommy Joe. Have a wonderful night, everyone.